We are living through an immense macroeconomic winter. In a landscape of frozen capital, traditional wealth has transitioned from a source of security into a cage of stagnation. Cash remains highly liquid, yet it is constantly bleeding its real-world value. Gold offers a safe haven, but it is inert, silent, and generating no yield. And high-value collections hold prestige, yet they are burdened by management costs and a total lack of movement. In this era, inaction is the ultimate risk. Survival now requires a shift from static possession to a dynamic, flowing architecture. We are moving past the physical vault and into the invisible, high-velocity streams of global finance. This is the threshold of secured private placement. The auto-arc coupling framework allows for the total preservation of the physical asset, while simultaneously unlocking its economic potential. It is the moment a physical masterpiece becomes a bank-recognized instrument of value. Physical collateral is digitized into an irrevocable credit line without ever leaving its secure environment. The value flows through a three-tiered architecture: one node to secure the credit line, a second to activate global trades, and a third to manage the return of monthly yield. It is an architecture that awakens dormant wealth, transforming static assets into living capital. This process is governed by the strict rigor of international financial law, and institutional compliance and internal governance act as the ultimate gatekeeper. Every structure requires validation: international appraisals from Sotheby's and Christie's, comprehensive asset insurance wraps, and custody within top 100 banks. Only when the structural integrity is absolutely verified and secured does the digital assessment cross over into tangible, physical execution. The architecture extends its reach into the industrial world, moving capital via cross-border structures. The result is tangible, deploying resources into strategic industrial operations, like titanium refining. Wealth moves seamlessly through global financial hubs into high-yield infrastructure. We are seeing a 700 billion won mobilization engineered directly into Tier 1 projects. This scale is protected by rigorous ring fencing, a double defense line against market volatility. This is the finality of the IMPEX process, a verified structural certainty designed to outlast economic cycles. The architecture is complete. This is the structure that designs eras. The capital is moving, and the choice to step into the architecture is yours. The global economy is currently caught in a severe bottleneck. Interest rates remain high, and liquid capital for large-scale development is rapidly evaporating. This environment creates a specific trap for high-net-worth individuals. You hold tens of millions in fine art, precious gems, or prime real estate, but that wealth is entirely physical. It is illiquid. Selling the asset to generate cash means permanently losing a foundational piece of your portfolio. But keeping it in a vault often means sitting on the sidelines while time-sensitive market opportunities pass you by. A structural release valve is required, a mechanism that can harness the economic weight of a physical asset and convert it into active capital without moving the item from its secure vault. True financial leverage in this era isn't found in acquiring new debt. It comes from safely unlocking the massive capital reserves already trapped within your existing physical assets. The Secured Private Placement Program, or SPPP, functions as a rigorous financial architecture grounded in international banking law. The process begins with Layer 1, the anchor. A physical asset is appraised by institutions like Sotheby's or Christie's, fully insured, and placed into a designated safekeeping facility within a top-tier international bank. Once secured, the bank issues a safekeeping receipt, or SKR. The asset is placed under an administrative hold, which proves the collateral exists to the global market, while ensuring the physical item never leaves the vault. That digital receipt activates Layer 2, the leverage. By presenting the SKR to the private market, specialized traders can secure a line of credit that typically multiplies the asset's initial value by a factor of 10. Through this institutional-level processing, a dormant painting or gemstone becomes active global capital. The original physical asset remains completely shielded from market volatility throughout the entire cycle. A 10-to-1 leverage ratio raises a vital question. If the trade fails or a funded project collapses, how is the original physical asset protected from liquidation? Protection is found in Layer 3, the fortress. This is a three-part special-purpose company framework designed to systematically isolate risk. SPCA has one highly restricted function. It holds the collateral. It does not trade, and it does not borrow. It is legally insulated from all downstream project liabilities. The financial activity occurs entirely outside that barrier. SPCB executes the trade cycles and passes the returns to SPCC, which handles distribution and project deployment. The trading risk never touches SPCA. By strictly compartmentalizing these functions, the architecture achieves a zero-risk environment for the collateral. The asset owner receives the rewards of global liquidity without ever exposing their foundational wealth to the market. Once this ring-fenced capital is generated, the focus shifts to execution, putting that liquidity to work in the real world. Consider two specific targets, the Pyeongtaek Logistics Hub and the Songpa Development Project. Together, these developments require 70 billion Korean won in capital. Relying on traditional project financing would leave these developments vulnerable. They would be exposed to long-term loan rates tied to rising LIBOR and SOFR benchmarks. To neutralize this, the structure utilizes a mechanism called yield-based cost defense. The returns generated from the SPPP trading serve a dual purpose. They provide the necessary capital for the project while systematically paying off the interest costs of the loans in real time. This transforms a volatile real estate development into a self-sustaining ecosystem. The project is effectively insulated from high interest rates by a steady shield of generated capital. The Pyeongtaek and Songpa projects are applications of a broader financial philosophy, engineered by Impex Group. We call it fin coupling. Fin coupling replaces speculative, broker-driven deals with structure-driven integration. It removes the friction between a vault in Europe and a construction site in Asia. When an immobile asset provides the mathematical liquidity for a logistics hub thousands of miles away, the traditional barriers of the banking system dissolve. This is the logic of being coupled, a single framework where private wealth, local labor, and global infrastructure function as one synchronized unit. Impex Group has built a blueprint that merges immobile private wealth with active global growth. By removing the risk of the trade, we have made the world's trapped capital truly liquid. The feasibility analysis is closed.